Which brings us to the next week, in which probably the best match of this entire run of TV happened, which was AJ Styles against Jeff Jarrett. One of the biggest feeling NWA title matches so far.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say this felt like this felt... The only other time that I think a match felt this big was the Ron Killings Shamrock one, but this was a good match on top of that. So like they both had similar atmospheres, but this one actually delivered in the same way.
Yeah, because this is AJ finally getting his world title shot. His final, this is his official, bump up to heavyweight. He's finally getting his world title match. And these two, I've never understood it, but they have bizarrely good chemistry.
Well, I think what it is, and you can see it here 100%, is when Jarrett's in there with Styles, he wants to work up to Styles' speed and level. He doesn't want to bring Styles down. So it's really interesting watch because it's Jarrett going at 100 miles an hour trying to keep up with Styles, not doing the story of the old Southern style, clipping the young high flyer and slowing down the match. It's just go, go, go. And I think it kind of rocks.
Yeah, and AJ bumps like a madman. There's a bump in this match where Jarrett just shoves him up in the air and AJ just comes down on the knee. And it looks so good. Just
aesthetically too, this month, AJ looks like the most AJ Styles he's been. With his cool green DX Styles gear and the purple gear at the end of the month. And I also thought a really interesting note about that shirt is it's not a TNA shirt.
Yeah.
It's an AAW shirt.
Oh.
Because there's a big old AAW logo on the back of it.
I can't imagine they were best pleased about him wearing non-TNA merch on a TNA show.
I guess. I noticed that. I was looking for a TNA. There's no TNA logo on this, and it was some sort of AAW logo.
Is this match the birth of the Jeff Jarrett formula?
It's definitely the most modern Jeff Jarrett's felt.
Yeah, because it's the Jarrett match where he's doing everything under the sun. He has a good wrestling match, and it's what really infuriates me about him in TNA, honestly. Because you do watch this match, and it's you could go out there and have just a top-notch match with AJ Styles. He did for 3/4 of the match, and then they just descend into the Jarrett bullshit, which in this match I think broadly worked because it's the first time they've done it.
It also makes sense, yeah.
All the interference, all the near falls, there's 2 ref bumps. It's the full Jeff Jarrett shebang that will become infamous and we will become sick of by 2005.
I think I'm gonna stick in with it.
This is, I think, the first time we've seen it, and I'm looking forward to hating it within 3 weeks. Because here, it works. It does work. The crowd are living and dying on the near falls. They're living and dying on Siaki and Zabisco and the Harris Bros and all these people running out and interfering. Even if I think it doesn't make a lick of sense that AJ was fine with Zabisco helping him cheat, but Siaki helping him cheat is a big no-no. Even though he entered the building with Russo, so he's on board with Russo.
I don't know. He's, Larry Z is his guy. I think he's expected for his guy, but keep those. Like he said, he doesn't agree with the ethos of Sports Entertainment Extreme.
But he entered the building with Russo. That's the whole thing.
I honestly thought the whole swerve of that was going to be just that AJ needed a lift. He just couldn't get a lift to the building.
Oh, my car broke down and Vince was nearby.
Yeah.
I also think if you think about the main event for a bit, it kind of buries AJ. Because, Jeff Jarrett kicks out of everything in this match.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like AJ might be able to overcome it in the long run.
Perhaps. Or get over in spite of it. Rather than overcome it, really.
Well, isn't that what you want? Organic.
The Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
See, and this is easily the best match of the month, this Styles and Jarrett match. Again, probably the best world title match in the history of the company. I think usurping the Killings and Jarrett matches for that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, check it out. And a great crowd by all accounts, 1,300. It was the sellout for the last 2 shows of this month. So I'd imagine the idea of this Russo, again, people being oh, the sports entertainment. It's you gave them a good main event and people showed up. Oh, shocker, even though it was papered, as usual. There's even a thing next month we'll talk about them being should we be giving away so many free tickets? But we'll talk about that next month.
Imagine buying tickets and then seeing everyone else just walk in. You're what?
I think that's the thing they talk about next month. It's if we keep giving people tickets, nobody is going to want to pay for tickets. But hey, it contributes a good atmosphere here when it's full and packed and the people are interested.
Yeah, the Asylum is really cool when it's actually full.
And when it's actually like enthusiastic, because for lots of these shows, it's not. So when it's enthusiastic, it's quite fun.
But you can't blame him.